nationwide mechanic shortage. There are thousands of mechanic jobs open across the country.
CNN's Pete Muntean has more on how one program is taking training new mechanics to a new level.
It is the newest fix for a vocation in short supply: virtual reality.
She is replacing the tire.
Here at Maryland nonprofit Vehicles for Change, the first tool trainee mechanics use is a pair of Oculus VR goggles. The simulated shop floor has it all, from the lift to the quintessential impact wrench.
Is going to expedite the process of getting folks entry level ready to come into the garages.
The latest industry forecast says retirements from dealerships and repair shops will rise nationwide. There are 76,000 new openings for trained auto technicians each year, but 37,000 of those jobs go unfilled.
We did a search the other day, and Indeed, just in the state of Maryland, for auto technicians locally, and it was over 2,600 technicians.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
After a little bit of instruction, I was ready to give it a try.
Is my hair okay?
Lesson 1, changing the oil.
The cool thing about this is you can move around the shop, but also interact with the world around you. I'm taking the controller and grabbing the lift handle here and moving it up, and up goes the car.
The VR is really, as you saw, almost as real as you can get without having your hands on a car.
Martin Schwartz came up with this idea to supplement his charity. It's given out 7,500 donated cars to low-income families. But it's also his mechanics getting a second chance. The shop here is an internship for prisoners re-entering society.
It's a field that is a little bit more lenient and is willing to hire people with a criminal background, and you can make quite a living.
Terrence Grandy says his life was the streets of Baltimore's drug trade. Now he's putting cars back on the street.
For someone that's incarcerated that comes home to a stable financial situation, that enables them not to go back to do the same thing that led them in prison.
The goal here is to spread this technology across the country, even teaching prisoners still behind bars. Marcus Butler started his virtual reality training as part of a work release program. He is days away from the end of his prison sentence and the start of a new career.
I have a trade, a skill that is with me. I learned it. I know it. And no matter where I go, it's always cars. There's cars everywhere. So I always have a job.
Pete Muntean, CNN, Washington.
Fantastic program. Yeah. That's the way you fight recidivism, is that you give someone a skill where they can provide for themselves and for their families without going back to the drug trade.
And it helps the community as well. It needs more mechanics.
Certainly. Thank you, Pete, for that story. Investigators just made an arrest in